Okay, so this is Ringwalk Media in association with Redline Specialist Cars. I think Eddie's bought one off of them, actually.
Nice cars.
Mr. Frank Smith, fight week. What a week so far.
Unbelievable week. And when you look at the days we've had so far, what's to come today, Trafalgar Square. I actually drove past Trafalgar Square earlier today. It's huge, like the setup they've got.
Right.
When we said Riyadh season was coming to London, and when we saw what they did in LA, we knew this was going to be the biggest boxing show we've ever seen. And, Saturday night is going to be like something we've never seen before. The boxing, obviously great fights, great show. But over and above that, the way they deliver things, the production, it's just a whole nother level. So buzzing for, 24 hours away, we'll be over there.
We will. It's going to be a big, big old show as well, mate. And just what the British public need, I think.
100%. I think it's exactly what British boxing needs. We haven't had a big fight and a big event like this back in the UK for a while, is the reality. Yeah. We haven't had a stadium show like this. The last few were obviously, I think it was Fury against Chisora, maybe the last one with us was Usyk against Joshua at Tottenham, and then Josh has gone around the world, quite a few fights in Saudi. So, it's great for British boxing. Great undercard as well, great opportunity for a lot of fighters on the card.
Let's talk about the undercards. And you've got Josh Warrington taking on Kakachi. Actually threatens to be the fight of the night, that one.
Yeah, 100%. Look, I think Anthony Kakachi, a great win last time out for him against Joe Cordina, winning the belt. Josh Warrington is, he looks in unbelievable shape. He probably could have made this move. I was speaking to him yesterday, probably could have made this move with the weight a bit earlier. And then I said, look at the opportunities he's had and the fights he's been in over the years, and great nights. But I think he's feeling the positives of moving up. And I think you're going to see a great fight between those two. And I believe Josh Warrington comes out on top.
I spoke to Josh earlier on in the week, and he's like, I'm just enjoying it. It's just so nice to enjoy a camp.
100%, and look, I've never made weight myself, but I can't imagine what these fighters go through. But having seen over the years what they have to go through, but, to get in there every day, train and everything around the event as well. It's been a hectic week for the fighters this week as well. So I think he'll be grateful with that. And like I say, I think he feels a huge difference in himself.
What do you think Josh has got to do to beat Kakachi? Because Kakachi's definitely bigger. His punching power is pretty hard. And he's on a nice roll at the moment, obviously.
Yeah, I think with Josh, it's the experience and the people he's been in with. He's operated at the highest level in the sport. Yeah. Like I say, again, Anthony, a great win against Joe Cordina. But I think experience is going to play a part in it. I think that's going to be the key for him tomorrow night.
And of course, the main event, it's one everyone's now starting to talk about. There's a nice buzz around Wembley. We've been here all week, and it's just started to kick off today, hasn't it? It started to get a little bit leery last night, and today it's just like the talk of the town. Who's going to win? Who's going to win? Who is going to win?
Anthony Joshua, devastating knockout.
Devastating knockout. And what round? Early? Late?
4 rounds.
Really?
Yep.
What makes you so certain?
Because I just don't think... Look, Daniel Dubois has shown improvements, obviously, and he's young as well. He's 26, 27. Yeah. And you have to have all respect for Daniel Dubois. So I'm not saying this in a sense of being disrespectful.
Of course.
I think Anthony Joshua is on a whole nother level, though. I think the fights he's been in, he's been through it all. Yeah. Daniel Dubois has never experienced anything quite like this. When he walks out on Saturday night in front of 96,000 people, he's not going to know what is going on. AJ's been here, done it, time and time and time again, and he's in the form of his life. So take away being in the form of his life, this is natural to Anthony Joshua. For Daniel Dubois, it isn't. I think you're going to see man and boy tomorrow, and I think it's going to be a devastating stoppage.
I think Anthony Joshua in the last couple of fights has sort of changed how he is, and he seems a lot happier. And one of those factors definitely is going over to Ben Davison. I think that's one of the biggest and the best things he's done in the last year or so.
100%. Look, a huge move for him, and it's worked. He's shown that it's worked. Ben Davison and Lee Wiley, Barry. It's a great camp they got over there, and they're doing great things with all the fighters that they work with. I think it doesn't work for every fighter. The way they do things, but for someone like Anthony Joshua, that's exactly what he needs. And there's not many people in boxing doing what these guys are doing. And like I say, not every fighter I don't think would gel with it, but for someone like Anthony Joshua, it's perfect. And you've seen that in every fight. He knows exactly what he's doing, and that gives him the confidence to go in there and deliver. When people say it's a new AJ, I just think it's a continued and improved AJ. I think he's the best AJ we've seen. And just like anything, it takes years to improve and it takes years to master your craft, and he's done that.
How much longer do you think he can go on?
As long as he wants. Look, he's 35. I don't know. Depends with the desire for what. One thing about Anthony, it's always been about being better. Better, being the best in the sport. He's made a load of money,
Nearly as much as you.
Yeah, well, I mean, something like that. No, look, it's very obvious he's done very well financially. But to see someone so driven who could just, in a sport like this, which is, unlike anything else, but to see someone who's so driven to keep improving and keep going out there and delivering, he can go on for as long as he wants. But what does he want from it? If he wins Saturday night and then becomes undisputed next year, what more does he want?
Yeah.
Like, that would be for him to determine. Like, if he's done that, does he want to keep going for another 2, 3, 4 years? He can do. But, younger guys are coming through. But I think while he's on this form and while he's performing like he's performing, he can go as long as he wants, especially the way he lives life. He's never been one of those people to go out party and drink it. Like, that's not him.
No.
He's never had that time out of camp. All he ever has known is training, the whole way through his career. So he could go on till he's 40 years old. I'm saying he will, but he could.
Yeah. Well, it's a Riyadh season, like you've said before at the beginning. They're making a massive spectacle here in London. I've seen some of the stuff that's going to happen tomorrow, walking up Wembley Way, and it's going to be crackers. I mean, this is just the first year. Where do you think this is going to go in, say, 18 months' time? And maybe but it's only going to get bigger, isn't it?
Yeah, look, it's been 11 months, 11 amazing months, which have really changed the sport as a whole. With a click of fingers, it's been done. And look at what's been put together over those 11 months of shows, moving those, not just in Riyadh, but outside. We had LA in August. We're here in Wembley. I'm sure there's going to be appetite for more in the future. And I think it's great times for the sport. And I think long may it continue, and it will do.
Well, let's hope so. Listen, very quickly, you've got a couple of other shows coming up as well, UK shows. This one's been messed about a little bit, but finally ended up in Sheffield. And Rhiannon Dixon got a headline show. I mean, how good is that?
Yeah, I mean, it was the fourth time lucky.
I know. Cost me a fortune in cancelled hotels, by the way.
That's a fortune as well, sorry. Yeah, great fight. Look, Rhiannon Dixon and Terri Harper, it's a brilliant fight.
Yeah.
It's the fight Rhiannon Dixon needs at this stage of her career, because Terri Harper's a seasoned pro. And it's not an easy fight. It's going to be a very close fight between those two. Looking forward to it. And it sets up some big fights down the road for whoever comes out the winner of that one. You've got Peter McGrail's back out on that card as well. Galauia Fire's on there. It's a great card full of young talent. We were unlucky, but
just a bit.
Yeah, but that's the sport, and you get very used to it after a while. You sort of become second nature just to go, another problem. We move on. And, the key for us, it's difficult because the fans will sit there and say, oh, this show's not good enough. But if we cancelled the show, they'd say, oh, this is terrible for the fighters. So it's a hard one to win. Yeah. And it's one of those things. That's boxing, like I say, and you work through it and you make a new plan and you get going.
And then listen, October, it's finally going to get into the new Colt Live Arena. Jack Catterall's looking forward to a very, very good show.
100%. Look, Carp Arena, we've seen some amazing nights there already. It's an unbelievable venue. Yeah, Jack Catterall coming off the back of that Josh Taylor win. Unfortunate that we had to delay it a bit, but excited for that fight. Regis Prograis, I think he knows he needs to win this fight.
Yes,
and this is the end, really. And I think you're going to see an improved Regis Prograis. I also think
Regis Catterall is a new one.
I think we know what Jack Catterall does, so it's exciting. Looking forward to that fight, and a great undercard there as well.
Yeah, there's 2 fights on that undercard. Campbell Hatton got the rematch against Mr. Flint. I mean, that takes some balls, doesn't it?
100%. And look, respect to Campbell Hatton because he's taken a lot of stick over the years, but he's shown there that he's in it he's in it because he wants to do well. He's not just in it because he's Ricky's son.
Yeah,
but he's jumping straight back in there, and he doesn't have to do that. So respect him because a lot of fighters wouldn't do that.
And he's moved down to Ben and of course Bazza's training him.
Exactly. And look, it's a good camp. I think it's good for him down there.
Yeah, I do. And the last one, of course, the war that's going to happen, which is Bellotti and Gomez Jr. for the British title.
100%.
You have no idea what have you done with that fight.
What a fight. Unbelievable fight. Big ticket seller as well, Michael Gomez Jr. So, excited for that one as well. And then November 30th, Sonny Edwards-Galleria fight.
Yeah.
What a fight we announced the other week. Excited for that one as well.
Sonny's back in the ring and got a point to prove.
100%. And look, it's a great fight for both of them. Olympic gold medalist, former world champion in Sonny Edwards, the winner of this goes on to challenge for a world title. The other thing I said as well, could do it 2 or 3 times if it's a great fight. So it's exciting, and it's going to be a big night, and exactly the kind of fights British boxing needs. Well,
listen, it's time to go and do some weigh-ins down at Trafalgar Square. Can't wait to see what they've done. Final prediction, AJ?
AJ, devastating knockout within 4 rounds. Don't miss it. Got a lovely pair of shorts as well.
Frank Smith, thanks very much.
Cheers.